Hello, everybody. Welcome back to SE3EP149 the Fast Scam Show. I'm Mike C.
I'm Fred White.
Here bringing you horror stories. So, Fred, I know it's all about you with the horror stories. What happened this time?
Yo, man, I'm telling you, I should change this to Waldorf Horror Stories.
Okay.
Waldorf, Maryland Horror Stories.
Mm-hmm.
I'm talking about Citi Trend and Waldorf, Maryland. Okay. It's right by the mall. If you live in the DMV, if you live in the PG County area, you know what I'm talking about. Citi Trend.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So, Mike.
Okay.
When you put stuff on Layaway,
mm-hmm.
what do you expect how do you expect to pay on your items that you put in Layaway?
Well, usually Layaway, you pay every month a certain amount as far as, to get your item.
Okay.
Every month, yeah.
This is what happened. Now, I walk inside Citi Trend, right? I knew I should have stayed my butt in the car. But when I walk into Citi Trend, I see this this table for the shoes, right? And there's some blue K-Swiss. Now, it's the type of K-Swiss that I used to wear when I was in high school. Mm-hmm. And I really like to rock shoes that nobody's wearing right now, mm-hmm. right? Mm-hmm. So I seen the blue K-Swiss. They weren't the white ones, they were the blue ones. I was like, well, okay, I can freak a shirt with it. Then I seen these felines, right? Nobody's wearing the felines no more. I got a pair of felines, all white, but it has the brown bubblegum soles. Mm-hmm. But these felines I saw, it was all white, and then it had the red and blue stripes. Okay. So I was like, oh man, I gotta freak these. I gotta get these, right? Mm-hmm. Okay, so take them up to the counter. The lady's ringing me up and everything, mm-hmm. right? Then after the transaction is over, I only had to pay $5 to put my stuff on Layaway. It was 10% of the transaction and no maintenance fee and all this other stuff. Okay. So the lady hits me with the speed talk. And there's no refunds and there's no exchanges and you have to pay every 2 weeks. So I'm just sitting there like dumbfounded because she already has my money and the transaction is already completed. So I can't get my money back. The only thing I could do is get the store credit. So that's what she told me. But my thing is, I have never put anything on Layaway and was forced to pay every other week. That defeats the purpose. When you put stuff on Layaway in Walmart for Christmas, they don't expect you to pay every other week or every 2 weeks. You just have to get it out before that date is up, right? Yep, yep. Now she's telling me, okay, you have 90 days to get it out. I'm like, oh, okay. She told me that before she went through the speed run and told me all this 2 weeks, paying every 2 weeks. Mm. So I'm like, I'm totally pissed by this point. So it's nothing that I can do. So I go home, and then the next day I call up there and say, can I speak to the store manager? She's not here, or he's not here. He'll be here tomorrow, or she'll be here tomorrow. When I called the next day and I talked to the store manager, I explained the same thing. I have never shopped at your store before, so I'm assuming all Layaways are the same as any other place. Right. I was like, and I did not see your policy. Right. So it was like, okay, well, our policy is above the register. But if you're used to putting stuff on Layaway, mm-hmm. nobody's used to paying every other week on some stuff. Right. You just pay on it
as you go.
The day before you get out. You're not forced. I'm not forced to pay, anything on. Like when I put something in Burlington Coat Factory, mm-hmm. I can go up there with 50 cents, $2 or whatever. And I'm not forced to pay a certain amount. I just have to get it out on that date. Mm-hmm. Or they, even if I don't get it out on that date, they'll give you extra time to get it out, 3 or 4 days. Mm-hmm. But they don't just say, okay, well, I'm taking your merchandise, putting it back on the floor, and then this is store credit. I may not want anything out of that store. Right. And if I get the store credit, I may not come back to that store for like maybe a year or two. Mm-hmm. Who knows what can happen within a year or two? I can move to another state, and there's not a Citi Trend there. Mm-hmm. The store could go out of business, and then even though it's $5, and some of you all may think that that's petty, that's still my $5 that I worked hard for. Right. So, City Trends in Waldorf, Maryland, I think that's the absolute 100% ripoff.
It is.
Don't go to City Trends. Don't put anything on layaway at City Trends. If you have the money to get it out, just buy it. And I mean, because they sell some nice items. I'm not going to knock them for that. I'm just knocking them for their policy on layaway.
I understand.
And then you tell your customer after the transaction is done, when everybody assumed that layaway is just the layaway. It's just like every other place that you go to. But they put their own spin on it.
Yeah.
So
that's something that should have been explained before any type of money was exchanged. But that goes to poor customer service and not explaining the product to the customer. So, City Trends.
Yeah.
Anything else for City Trends?
That's it, man.
All right. So, like always, you guys can hit us up at thegamershow@gmail.com if you just want to say what's up, want us to review something, or talk about your own horror story.
Yeah. And please remember to like, subscribe, and follow all our social media networks. Join our SteamOS community and our website community where you can get some free stuff. And we'll see you next time on WWTF.
We want facts.
Gamer Show.
See you guys next time. Keep on watching.